Okay, so let's see this first question from the wave motion, and this is very important model of question both for NEET exam as well as mains exam, and I will say even for CBSE exam. Very important model of question. So let us see how we will do it. A uniform string of length 20 meter is suspended from a rigid support. So let us say there is a string which has been suspended from this rigid support. So this is a string, and here you are having the support. Length is given as L. Let us say the mass of this string is M. A short wave pulse is introduced at its lowest end. So there is a wave pulse which is being introduced at the lowest end, and this wave pulse is traveling upwards. So they are asking what will be the time taken by this wave pulse to reach the support. So now the first thing that we should ask is what is the nature of this wave pulse. So it is a transverse wave. What is velocity of transverse wave? Velocity of transverse wave is given as root of T by mu, where T is the value of tension in the string and mu is mass per unit length. Now the thing is, since this string is having some mass, correct? So what will happen? The tension in the different parts of the string will be different. So if tension will be different, obviously the velocity of the string, the velocity of the wave in the different parts of the string will not be same or constant. It will continuously change. So that means you have to make use of calculus to solve this problem. So now what we do is, at certain distance x from the lower end, I consider a small element. We are taking a small element. This is small element is, let us say, dx. This is small element is dx, and let us say the tension in this small element is T. Tension is T. So what is mu? Mass per unit length, and I can write it as m by L. So what will be the mass of this part of the string? If you want, we can find it out. Now, if you see this point, the tension at this point is balancing the weight of the string which is lying below this point. Similarly, if I would have asked you the tension at this point, the tension at the topmost point will be responsible for balancing the entire weight of the string. So that means if I want to find out how much is the tension acting here, I should know what is the mass of this part. How will you find it out? So let us say that mass is m dash. So you can write m dash as mu into x. Mass per unit length into x. So what is the weight of this part? So what we are doing is, we are taking this string, and let us say the upward force which is acting is T. What is the downward force? Downward force will be some m dash into g. So m dash is the mass of this part of the string which is equal to mu x. So this can be written as mu x into g. So we can write T is mu x into g. So what is the velocity for this small part? What is the velocity here? So let us say the velocity is v. In this elementary part dx, let us say the wave is traveling with velocity v. So we can write v is equal to root of T by mu. So when you write it like this, you can write it root of T by mu, and T we can write it as mu xg divided by mu. So mu and mu will get cancelled, and what do we get here? Root of gx. Now velocity itself can be written as dx by dt. So we can write it as dx by dt, and that is equal to root of gx. dx is the distance which has been travelled by the wave in time interval dt. So this can be written as dx by root of gx, and that is equal to dt. So now we can integrate it 0 to t. So at t is equal to 0, the position was x was 0. This is the position where x is equal to 0, and this is the position where x is equal to L. So here the limit of integration will be 0 to L, and here 0 to t. So now can we evaluate this integral and solve this problem? So I will be raising this part of the question. What will be the integration of this? 1 by root g is constant, so we can take it outside. We can write 1 by root of g, and then we are having integration of dx by root x. What will be integration of dx by root x? So we can write it 0 to L, and on the right hand side, after integrating, you are getting it as t, which we need to find out. So it is x to the power of minus half. Integration will become x to the power of minus half plus 1 by minus half plus 1. So we can write this as 1 by root g into twice of root x. Substitute the limits. So it will be twice of root L, and that will be equal to t. So we can write it as 2 twice root of L by g, and that is equal to t. So again we can write it as twice of root L. L was given as 20 and g is 10 numerically. So this will become 2 root 2. So the answer for this question is 2 root 2 seconds. The answer becomes equal to, that is the time taken to reach the support is 2 root 2 seconds. That is how you solve such model of questions. Let's take up this question. This was asked in AIMS 2015. A uniform string of length 20 meter and mass 1 kg is hung vertically. Find the speed of the wave at the midpoint of the string. So let us say our string is like this. So what is the mass of this string? It is given as 1 kg. What is the length? 20 meter. So the first thing is we should determine the value of mu, which is mass per unit length. So it will be equal to 1 by 20 kilogram per meter. Now what is speed? The formula to calculate speed is root of p by mu. So we have to find out tension at the midpoint of the string, because they are asking us to find out what is the velocity here. So let us say the tension here is T. Now this tension at the midpoint of the string is responsible for balancing this much weight of the string. So we have to find what is the weight of the string which is lying below the midpoint. So in order to find out that weight, you need to know the mass. So this length will be L by 2. So let us say this whole mass is m. So what will be the mass of this part? It will become symmetrically m by 2, right? So the tension value will become m by 2 into g, which is mg by 2. Now velocity, which they are asking us to find, will be equal to root of p. So mg by 2. And what is the value of mu? It is m by L. So we can directly substitute here m, and L will move up. So m and m will get cancelled, and it is root of GL by 2. So G we can take it as 10. Length is given as 20 divided by 2. So 10. The answer for this question will be 10 meter per second. Let's see this problem, which is based on organ organ pipe. So fundamental frequency of a closed organ pipe of length 20 centimeter is equal to the second overtone of an organ pipe open at both ends. Find the length of the organ pipe open at both the ends. So now in this question you are having one organ pipe which is closed and another organ pipe which is open. So we don't know the length of the organ pipe which is open at both the ends. Let it be L. For the other one it is 20 centimeter. So the fundamental frequency in closed organ pipe. What is fundamental frequency of closed organ pipe? If you don't remember, or if you don't, if you are not able to recapitulate, how do we get that? I'll just do it for you. So the closed end always will act as a node and open one will act as antinode. The distance between node and antinode is always lambda by 4. It's always lambda by 4. So we can write lambda by 4 is equal to 20 centimeter. So what is wavelength? 80 centimeter. Here we are talking about fundamental mode. So what is frequency? It will be, V is the velocity of sound in air, then frequency will be velocity by wavelength. So it will become V by 80, which is 0.8. You can write it as hertz. Is equal to second overtone of an organ pipe. Second overtone. So what is general formula to calculate frequency in case of open organ pipe? So the frequency in case of open organ pipe in general form we can write it as NV by 2L, where N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this. N is equal to 1 corresponds to fundamental frequency. This is first overtone. N is equal to 3 is second overtone. So this corresponds to second overtone. So we can write this as some 3V by 2L. Now it is given in the question that both of them are same. So we can just equate it. V by 0.8, you can see it here, and this is equal to 3V by 2L. So V and V will get cancelled. 2 is 0.4 times. So what is L? 1.2 meters. So that means the length of organ pipe which is open at both the ends is 1.2 meter. So this is the answer for this question. So let's see this question which was asked in AIIMS 2015. The question is, a string of linear mass density 4 gram per centimeter is vibrating according to the equation. Some equation has been given, and you can see this equation is the equation of a transverse standing wave or stationary wave. So they are asking us to find the tension in the string. So how will you get the tension in the string? So tension in the string is related with velocity of transverse wave. V is equal to root of T by mu. Mu value has been given here. T they have asked. So that means using this equation we have to get the velocity of the wave. So first we write the equation as it is. Y is equal to A sin 120 pi t cos of 2 pi by 5 into x. Now compare it with the standard equation of stationary or standing wave. So that can be written as some 2a dash sine of. Now omega is always associated with t. There is no rocket science in this. And k, you should always write it to be associated with x. So no need to worry that what is the standard form in which we can write the equation of standing wave. Now compare. After comparing, what do you get? You get omega is equal to 120 pi and you get a is equal to 2 pi by 5. So what is velocity of the wave? It is omega by k. So we can write it as 120 pi divided by 2 pi by 5. Pi and pi gets cancelled. 65 is 300. So now we have got the velocity as 300 meter per second. So next thing is make use of the formula for velocity in case of transverse wave, root of t by mu. So here we are having 300 root of t. What is mu? 4 gram per centimeter. Convert it into SI unit. So 4 into 10 to the power of minus 3 divided by 10 to the power of minus 2. So here that will move up. So this you can write it as root of t by 4 into 10 to the power of minus 5. So now we will square both the sides. So here you will get 9 into 10 to the power of 4, and that is equal to t by 4 into 10 to the power of minus 5. Correct? So now, sorry, this is 10 square, right? So this will become 10 to the power of minus 5 will come in the denominator. This will come in the denominator. So we have to be little careful while making the calculation, otherwise errors will come. So now what will be the value of t here? 9 4 is 36 into 10 to the power of minus 1. So we can write it as 3.6 newtons. So the answer for this question is 3.6 Newton. Let's see this question. This question is actually based on Doppler effect and it was asked in NEET 2017. So there are two cars. Which are moving in opposite directions, approach each other with a speed of 22 meters per second. So let us say this is moving with 22 meters per second and this is moving with 16.5 meters per second. So driver of the first car blows a horn having a frequency 400 Hertz. So you can see the sound wave is being generated from here, first car. And what is the frequency F0? It is 400 Hertz. So this is the source, and this guy, the driver which is sitting in the other car, is the observer. So let us say this observer, the driver in the second car, he hears the sound at frequency F. Now we can make use of Doppler formula for Doppler effect. What is that formula? F is equal to F0 V plus minus V0 by V minus plus Vs, where V0 is the velocity of the observer, Vs is the velocity of the source. Now sometimes we get confused which sign to choose. So I'll tell you a very simple way to do this. If the distance between source and observer is decreasing with time, then apparent frequency will always be greater than the actual frequency. And when is that mathematically possible? When numerator of this fraction is maximum and denominator is minimum. Similarly, if distance between source and observer is increasing with time, then this is apparent frequency which will be lesser than the actual frequency. So in that case, this fraction should be minimum. Minimum, how can you make it minimum? When you choose minus sign in the numerator and plus sign in the denominator. So this is a simple concept you can keep in mind based on simple thing. If the distance between them is increasing with time, that is both of them are moving away from each other, then obviously the apparent frequency will be less than the actual frequency. So in that case, we'll make use of, or we'll try to make this fraction as small as possible. That is when you are taking minus in the numerator and plus in the denominator. Similarly, when they are moving towards each other, distance is increasing with time, so f should be greater than f0. That is numerically possible when you choose plus in the numerator and minus in the denominator. So now here what is happening? Both are moving towards each other. So f should be greater than f0. So what sign we will choose? Plus in the numerator and minus in the denominator. So let us put the values. velocity of sound in air is given as 340 plus V naught, observer, so plus 16.5, and in the denominator 340 minus 16.5. So now you have to solve this and you will get the answer. So solve that and tell me what is the answer you are getting. So it will come as, I'll write it, 400. How much is this? 356.5, correct? And this will be 323.5. Now further you do the calculation and I think you will get it close to 350 hertz. This you will get it as 350 hertz. So this will be the answer. So let's see this question, which is based on organ pipes. A pipe open at both ends has a fundamental frequency of F in air. So you are taking a pipe which is open at both the ends. Let us say the length of the pipe is L. So what will be the fundamental frequency? How do you find it out for open organ pipe? So again I will tell you this. The open end must always be antinode. Antinode means where the displacement amplitude is maximum. And here you will get, this is your node, again antinode. So between two successive antinode or node, the wavelength is lambda by 2. So we can write L is equal to lambda by 2. So lambda is equal to 2L. If V is the velocity of sound in air, then what is the fundamental frequency? V by lambda. So it will be V by 2L. Now the pipe is dipped vertically in water so that half of it is in water. So now you are dipping it in water. So now this acts as a closed organ pipe. You can see it has been closed. So for closed organ pipe, this closed end node will get formed, open end, antinode. So the way the wave will get formed will be like this. And what is the distance between antinode and node? It is lambda by 4 in fundamental mode. So you can write lambda by 4 is equal to, how much is this length? It is L by 2. So lambda is equal to 2L. So again, if the velocity is V, we can write frequency in this case, let us say F dash. So V by lambda, so it will be V by 2L. So what do you see here? What is fundamental frequency now? F dash is equal to F. Both the value is V by 2L. So the answer for this question will be F dash will be equal to F, the original frequency. So let's see this question. A train is moving on a straight track with a speed 20 meters per second. It is blowing its whistle at a frequency of 1000 Hz. Find the percentage change in the frequency heard by a person standing near the track as the train passes him. So what is happening here is, there is a guy who is standing on the road and the train is coming. And after some time this train is moving away from the observer. So this is source and this guy is the observer. So it is blowing whistle at a frequency of 1000 Hz. So here this is F naught. Now let us say the train if he hears the sound which is coming from the train approaching him is F dash, and from the train which has, or the train when it has passed away on the track away from him, it has moved away from this person, then he hears it at frequency F double dash. Then they are asking us to find out the percentage change between F dash and F double dash. So let us try to do that. Velocity is given, 20 meter per second. And the observer is stationary. So we will make use of the formula. What is the formula? F is equal to F naught into V plus minus V naught by V minus plus Vs. Velocity of observer, velocity of source, velocity of sound, original frequency of sound, apparent frequency of sound. So now let us first calculate F dash. It will be equal to 1000 original frequency. Now distance between these two, it is reducing with time. So everything has to be made maximum within that fraction. So what is V? 320 plus velocity of observer 0. Source 20. So this can be written as 1000 into 320 by 300. Correct? So how much will be this? Almost 108.6. Correct? 7 106. So approximately this is 1067 Hertz. What about F double dash? Now when you are calculating F double dash, source is moving away from the observer. So now this can be written as 1000 320 by 320 plus 20. So here it is 320 by 340, 1000 into 320 by 340, so 0 0. Anything else we can cancel out? 17 and it is 16. So how many times it goes? Can you tell? So it will be 0.9 something. So we have to find out how much is that something. So let's do that. 17. We are having 16 here. 0.9 are 74. So almost 0.94. Multiply it with 1000. So you get approximately around 940 Hertz. So now what is the percentage difference between both of them? Can we find it out? So once we have calculated both the frequency, now what will be the percentage change in the frequency? So first we'll find out the change. What is the change here? Difference. So we'll write it 7, 2 and 1. 127 original, 1067 into 100%. Calculate it. How much it will come? It will come approximately around 12%. So the answer for this question will be 12% if you match it with the option. Question, this was asked in AIT AMT 2012. When a string is divided into 3 segments, so there is a string. You are dividing it into 3 different segments. One is having length L, another L2, another L3. But tension and mu will remain same throughout the string. So what is the frequency? Frequency is given as some 1 by 2L root of T by E if you are talking about the fundamental frequency. So can we write that here or you can say what you are observing is n is inversely proportional to L. So we can write N1 is equal to some 1 by 2L1 root of P by nu. Similarly, N2 is equal to some 1 by 2L2 root of P by nu, like this. N3 is equal to 1 by twice of L3 root of P by nu. Correct? And so from here we can get the value of L1, L2 and L3, right? And L is equal to L1 plus L2 plus L3. What is the value of L? You can write it as 1 by 2m root of P by nu, and this can be written as 1 by 2n root of P by nu plus 1 by 2n2 root of P by nu plus 1 by 2n3 root of P by nu. So we can cancel the common terms. So what do we get? We get 1 by n is equal to 1 by n1 plus 1 by n2 plus 1 by n3. So this is the relationship which can help us to find out the original fundamental frequency n of the string. Let's take up this question. This is based on speed of sound in a gas. So what is the formula to calculate speed of sound in a gas? You know, it is an adiabatic process, and the formula is V is equal to root of gamma IT by m. So here temperature is same for both the gases. So can we say that V is proportional to root of gamma by m, because gamma and m is different. Why gamma and m is different? Because one is diatomic gas, another is monoatomic gas. So what is gamma of oxygen? It is 1 plus 2 by F. Remember the formula, degree of freedom, diatomic gas 5, so it will be 7 by 5. What about gamma of helium, monoatomic gas? Degree of freedom is 3, so it will be equal to 5 by 3. Now molecular mass of oxygen 32, helium 4. So we can write velocity of sound in helium by velocity of sound in oxygen is equal to root of gamma helium by m helium into m oxygen by gamma oxygen. So we just need to put the values. Let us do that. So what is gamma helium? 5 by 3. And what is MHE? It is 4. Then into MO2 32. What about gamma O2? 7 by 5. So 7 is here and 5 will move up. And this is V helium by V oxygen, which is given as 460. So we need to solve this and get the value of, this is 4 8 is a, so helium can be written as 460 into 5, we can take it outside, under root of 8 by 21. So how much will be this? Calculate it. Approximately 1420 meter per second. So this will be the answer for this question.